Hey there, we're live. Welcome to Supercharged Fridays. This is week 81, I think. Kind of losing count. And this is the holiday edition. If you are watching, I would love for you to join for the next 20 to 30 minutes or so. That's the plan. Let's see. If you've got questions about careers, this is the place to ask. This is the place to hang out. How is it going? How has your week been? Can you see properly? Can you hear properly? As you can tell, I'm not at home this week. So I am dependent on Wi Fi, which can sometimes be unpredictable. So if you're watching, please, please come in the comments and say hi and that you can see and hear properly because that would help. It would encourage. And of course, you know, I mean, it's always helpful to know that someone is watching live. I'm going to check my network. Network looks okay, I think. I'm not quite sure. If you're around, it would be great to know if you can see properly because I get the impression that Wi-Fi can. I'm getting the signal that Wi-Fi is low, but I can't help it. I don't have my Ethernet cable here. You can see and hear. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely. So good to have you guys join. Um, Very warm welcome to old friends and new. You can hear properly. Well, that's very encouraging. Okay, good. Thank you. I get nervous because I've seen things go badly very frequently. So come in and say hi. And I would love to know what you're up to. What are your challenges this week? What are you struggling with? I'm going to check my phone as well. And I got my little masala chai. Cheers. What time is it? How's it going? Let's have a little chat. And I would love to help with specific questions. So if you've got questions, this would be the time to ask. And the early bird always gets the most amount of time. So if you are gonna come in early with your question, I'm gonna make sure I answer as well. I'm just gonna check something because I wanted to make sure that I have the information. Yes, okay. I see that we have a question. All right. Loud and clear. Hopefully more clear than loud, Ashwini. Okay, I think I have a question in here already. It's great to have you. I can see people from around the world, Asia, Europe, South America. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. All right, I can see I had a question. Guys, please put the word question in capital letters before your question, just to make sure I don't miss out. And the more specific your question is, and if I see that it's going to help others, the more the chance of me actually being helpful to you. Okay, Kaushik, my question is, I have changed multiple industries. That's not a question, it's a statement. Let me know what your question is. What is the question? I'm going to come back to you, but be there's an art and a science when it comes to asking questions. All right, let's see, let's try this one. I'm not getting sales in my business. That's a problem. And I'm getting demotivated to promote and work further. So what's the question, Shilka? What's the question? I'm not getting the sales, right? So is the question about sales or is the question about being demotivated? Because they're kind of related, right? So I'm gonna be a little bit hard on you guys because you get quality answers depending on quality questions, right? Questions have a certain vibration. Sounds pretty woo woo, but it's true. The higher the vibe of the question and the higher the quality of the question, the higher the quality of the answer, right? So everything you get in life, it's all about the kind of questions you ask. Getting a little philosophical here, but I think that is important to know. All right. Thank you. Good to see you here. All right. I see a question now. How should I tackle questions on career changes? Okay, that is a question. So, Kaushik, when it comes to career change, it's not a question of, you've changed careers. It's a question of why. So, your why, I cannot answer for you. So, you have to answer very clearly, why did you change careers? Was it random? Was it strategic? What? So the more specific your answer is about that, right? So, I was from, I moved from the IT sector to the manufacturing sector because I wanted to broaden my base. So, for example, something like that. I can't answer that for you. I have specific reasons for changing my careers, right? For me, I kind of went with the flow and I also wanted to increase my depth as well as breadth. If you want to increase the breadth of your knowledge, career, industry, changing industries is a great idea. Whereas you have the same function and you go deeper in the function, right? Um, so what is it? Which one is it for you? It's a question of, when it comes to change, listen to my most recent podcast that I did. um, that's an easy one to find. I'm going to give you a lot of places where you can go, because I don't want to be live for too long, and it's a little bit of repetition. If you go to my website and go to supercharge yourself /podcast, listen to the podcast episode, which is about 4 weeks old, and it's on career change. And I talk about three types of change: industry, geography, function. Which one is it? And have a clear reason on why you have that change, right? I hope that helps you, because that's very specific to you. And I cannot tell you why did you change. You need to know why you've changed. All right. Question. Uh, okay, I'm already. We got folks from around the world. You guys are amazing. I see Zanzibar in the house. Good to see you here. Books. Let's see. I hope I didn't miss any question. Like I said, if I miss it, just type it again with the capital word question, not the whole question capital, just the word. Shivam, third week of job search, got a few interviews, but could not go past them. Okay. Shivam, you got to ask for feedback. If you can get it, that'll be amazing. That's the best gift you can get, because you don't know what's going on. You have a few blind spots. We all do. And without that feedback, you're going to be repeating the same things. So you could either practice with a friend, or if you have the necessary budget, I would highly recommend working with a person who specializes in interviews, etc., because they will be able to tell you in 5 minutes what you have not been able to see for 5 months or 5 weeks, right? That is just their specialty. It's like going to a doctor who's a specialist in a specific thing versus a generalist. So different ways to do it, whether it's for free, whether you have a budget or not. But the best way ideally for you would be to ask for feedback. All right. Hi, LinkedIn user. How can I maintain motivation when searching and applying for jobs? That's a good question. You're going to have days when it goes up and down. I've been there multiple times, so I do know what it's like. And I've got this question a lot. I think it comes down to your purpose and intention and why. And that Simon Sinek stuff. It's very, very true. You can have good days and bad days, but the why is like your North Star, and it doesn't change depending on if it's a good day or a bad day. If it's a bad day, you got to listen to that. You got to listen to your body. You got to rest. You got to take it easy. And there are days when you will get more leads. You'll get more, conversations going. My favorite thing to do when things go a little bit difficult is to keep up the momentum, even in small little ways. Have a habit, have a routine, and stick to it. So I'll give you this example: 81 weeks. 81 weeks of going live. So what is it that makes you happy? I'm highly extroverted. So for me, not being able to see friends and family for a year and a half to 2 years is very difficult. So going live with you guys once a week, it gives me what I need. Like it supercharges me. You can see my little family drawing here at the back. Supercharges me, right? And don't miss the CH for Switzerland. So what is it that can help you to stay motivated on that, right? And stick to that habit. I feel like that momentum gives you momentum, actually. That momentum gives you the fuel to stay motivated even when things are a little bit difficult. So that would be my recommendation. And talk to someone. Don't do this alone. Make a little club of other job seekers. Have accountability partners. There's ways to do that, right? Good luck to you. I'm sorry I couldn't see your name. All right, let's see. Sohail, any idea when offices are expected to open? No, I don't. Many offices I have seen have already opened with a hybrid working model, right? So it totally depends where you live, what are the restrictions, etc. And there you'll be able to tell. So it doesn't really matter. You just have to continue to work hard and maintain positive politics. If you don't know what I'm talking about, positive politics was a guest of mine who spoke last week on Supercharged Fridays, Bharat Waklu. Fantastic conversation. And he and I also happened to have a podcast episode last week. A lot of those things don't matter. You got to keep moving. You got to have a positive perception that you're doing well, you're working hard, you've got your eyes on the prize. Hi Shreyas, how do you switch domains? Perfect, good question. We talked about career change just a little short while ago, so do watch the replay. And I think the best way to change domains from business analytics from A to B, right? It doesn't really matter from which part to which part. It doesn't matter. I would say learn as much as you can about the field you want to be in, and talk to people who are 3 or 4 steps ahead of you. So I would highly recommend. Also, I have detailed like 7-step process on career change. Listen to that podcast episode I did 4 weeks ago. um, just go to my website, you'll find it. It's the solo episode that I have. And since I repeat myself a lot, I just want to make sure I guide you in the right direction, because I don't want to go into the 7 steps here, because I'll be taking up time from the others. But there are definitely ways to do that, volunteering, getting transferable skills, and talking to people who are ahead of you, etc. Right? So hey, wish you success. No, sorry, that was Shreyas. All right. Every time I appear for an interview, this question comes up. Which question? Which question is that? About the change, I understand. All right. Chandra Kala. Hello. Hi. I want to change. I want to know how to reach HR manager or HR head. What is the process and skills to enhance? What is the process and skills to enhance what? You mean how to reach HR? Find them on LinkedIn and see who you have in common with them. I did a YouTube video just 2 days ago about technology and tools that will help you in terms of networking and job search. Watch that one, because I talk about LinkedIn search over there, and it's a very underutilized tool, because LinkedIn search is very powerful, and the best part is it's free, right? So take advantage. All right, Shilka, I'm going to keep moving fast, guys. I don't want to be live more than 20, 30 minutes. I'm on holiday and family's waiting upstairs, and they're really keeping quiet. They're very kind. So you cannot hear kids shouting, screaming, nothing. Want to know what to do now, how to get through the phase, of sales. I think that, Shilka, it's the same thing that I said earlier. If you were paying attention, to just focus on that. Get the feedback that is missing. What is it that is preventing you from converting? So sales is very dependent on traffic, outreach, right? So is the outreach part which is poor, or is it the conversion? You need to know which part, because you can't attack a problem unless you know the cause of the problem, right? Find out which one is it. You might go through some unwanted parts that you don't like to hear. Nobody wants to be told they're not good at something, or they're weak, or they need to work on something. But get that sooner rather than later, so that it helps you now, and prevent you from making maybe certain unknown mistakes, because you have blind spots, right? We all do. And trust me, that will make a big difference to you, because when you have that information, you can correct it, and take advice from a mentor. Anybody who's, a mentor is a conversation. You have a conversation with anyone, that's an opportunity for very high mentorship, right? Don't get discouraged. Wallow through it. Self-pity, once in a while we need it, but make sure you don't, your emotions don't kidnap your actions. All right. I think I answered that, Kaushik. So good luck to you. What do you recommend to seek a job as a translator? It's the same thing, Iris, that I have been talking about in all these live streams. How to get a job. Whether it's with as a translator or whatever it is. Find out, where are translators working today in your location? What do they do? Is it online? Is it in person? How did they get their job? Go out there, have those conversations with people. And informational interviews. You're not asking them for a job. Go out there and increase your network, right? And that is a good way to do it. And also the easiest way to do it without leaving your house, because of COVID times, see who are other translators on LinkedIn. Are they creating something on LinkedIn? Write the word translator on LinkedIn. Just do a search. Remember, I said the search is very powerful. Start engaging with them and find out who all are doing that in your country, in Honduras, right? And that will give you so many ideas, right? Also look at opportunities for translation online. Don't just do one thing and that's it. People say just do networking and nothing else. I don't believe it. I think when I was looking for a job, I was firing multiple guns at the same time. I was doing my networking. I was doing I was applying online at senior director roles. Yes, I was. I wanted to make sure I do whatever I can to get there faster, right? These are all the things that can accelerate your job search. And there's a lot more content on my YouTube channel. All right. Okay. If I've missed it and I'm going ahead and you can see I'm going ahead, let me know. Come back and ask me. Let's see, if we have a cost to company of less than 10 lakhs per annum, and then while switching to a new company, how much minimum hike? I can't answer that. Archit, follow my salary negotiation video, because one of the things I talk about is your minimum acceptable number. Minimum acceptable number, and then add 10%. You know what your lifestyle is like, what are the expenses you have, what is your cash flow that you need to be comfortable, right? And then match that with what is the market data telling you for someone in your industry, in your function, in your location, and be comfortable and have a sort of a range which which is reasonable but at the same time makes you comfortable. So I can't tell you details because it's very location specific and position specific, right? Hope that helps you a little bit, but you'll find a lot more information on salary negotiation. Just go to like YouTube, you'll find so much in there. Let's see, you go to youtube.com/supercharge yourself and just sort by my most popular videos. They're all related to salary. All right, good luck. Let's see, Vivek, what should candidates do when they are without a job and looking for a job? Look for a job fast, and don't worry about anything else. I have been without a job twice when I was looking for a job. The fact that you're asking this, Vivek, be careful, because your mind is telling you that you're less than the person who is looking for a job who's already employed. Yes, there is a bias. Yes, I'm not naive. But so what? So what? If your story you're telling yourself that is that you're less desirable as a candidate, then you are less desirable. Remember what Henry Ford said? Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. It's one of my favorite quotes. So just be careful with that. Just do whatever it is you need to do to look for a job. You're not going out of your way to be, defensive or explain or anything like that. This would be my opinion. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh my God. I think I'm going really slowly. Shivam, I'm going to come back to you later, my friend, because I'm going to focus on others, because there's a big ton of questions that I didn't realize. Should we have a plan of 5 to 10 years? It's totally up to you, Vaishnavi. What do you want? I don't have a plan of 5 to 10 years. I feel like life is too unpredictable. But at the same time, I have certain dreams, yes, what it should look like, and calculate backwards. I'm a big fan of 90 days. Get an idea what I want to do in 90 days and then take it from there. Yeah, big picture is great. I think it's a very personal thing. It depends on what you like. There is no one way of doing things. I don't like people who say do this or do that, or the word should, right? All right. So I think I answered this one already. Being in India, how can we look for a job abroad? Look for positions which need someone like you, right? Reach out, the same stuff, network. The easiest way to find a job abroad is actually 3 or 4 ways you can do so. Number one, a move with your current company is the simplest way. Many people have done that. The second, which I have done, is go abroad to study and then continue to work in that country. Or number 3, your spouse, your partner, follow that person to that country. Or number 4, apply from abroad. Applying from where you are today to where you want to be is the one which has the most amount of friction. I'm not saying it's impossible, but what helps you there is the more rare your skill is, the more difficult it is. I've hired people from abroad, like living in Belgium. I've hired people from Malaysia, South Africa, who were headhunted. And the reason we paid for them, it's very expensive, right? To get you to go from India to the US. The reason we did that in my team was because those skills were very, very scarce, very rare. And that definitely is something that it's in your favor. So hopefully that helps you. Raz, hello. I'll be joining an industry soon and currently working in the back office. Will be switching. What is your advice for the first day and first week? Simple, short answer, go as a sponge and be as open as possible. Ask lots of questions. Don't give opinions for the first few weeks. Not yet. not yet. If somebody says, what do you think? You put up your hand, you give an answer. But I would say the more open you are and the more curious you are, learn LOL, learn, observe. What was it? I said it once in one of my episodes. LOL, learning, observing, and losing my mind. Does anybody remember what I said? Learning, observing. It'll come to me. Oh, shucks. I hate it when this happens. Learning, observing. Oh, this is going to bother me for the rest of the time. Always be truthful. Yes. But you have to be truthful, yes, but not to the extent that it hurts you. Yeah. You don't want to sabotage your chances. You have a career gap. Mukta, totally understand that. I would say, I can't tell you what courses or certifications to do, but definitely do them. Take advantage of that. Mukta, watch in detail the video I have on career gaps. I have 2 or 3 videos on career gaps on my YouTube channel, and I go into details over there. And focus on upgrading your skills. That's a big one, and volunteering, etc. By the way, I'm going to announce this at the end, but next week I have someone coming in on my live stream who is in the United States, and she has founded a company called Parents Pivot. Her name is I think, yeah, her name is Anna McKay. And we're going to be talking about parents who've taken time off. Lots of moms, some dads. If you can join us, it will be great to see you there. Good to see you, Brandon. All right. You guys have got your answers. So I can see that you've been repeating your question, but I've got it now. In 18 years, Deepak says, your career, just watch your spelling, Deepak, of career. I worked for different industries and due to the pandemic left. Searching for a new job, facing challenge with no one because someone wants to. Okay, I get it. When it comes to getting your next job, Deepak, after a little pause that you've had in your career, sometimes by choice, sometimes not by your choice, the problem is that we think the next position that we get after a break has to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would say, if you get something that is in your field and it makes you happy, but it's not 100% what you were looking for, doesn't matter. Take it. That is my suggestion. You need to get your foot back in the door. It might even be a step back. I have done it. 1 step back, 2 steps forward. So my friend Risto, if he's watching in Finland, he's talked about this many times. What is the next position going to be, which is springboard for the next position? You're looking long term. So do not focus on short term because you're going to be disappointed in that, right? And if it means that in the short term, you need to work in the same industry, even though you want to change, doesn't matter, but take advantage. Maybe it's a different company and it's closer to what you'd like to do. It's not the one, doesn't matter, right? Focus on increasing your knowledge and definitely take advantage of that podcast episode I did on career change. That will help you. All right. Great to see you here, Yvonne. Thank you for your feedback. I work really hard on that channel, so it's really good to hear. It's good to see these kind of messages. Morning to my friends in the United States. It's early for you guys. Raymond, how should I approach someone on LinkedIn and ask for a job opportunity? All right. What you do is you don't ask for a job opportunity right away. That would be my suggestion. Follow them on LinkedIn first. There's on LinkedIn, when you go to someone's profile, the default a lot of us have is connect. And some of us, you have to click on those little 3 dots. I would say follow the person first instead of connecting. Do not connect and then immediately pitch and say, I need something. It's very turning off, Raymond. So be careful about that. Follow them for a while, engage with them, see what they're up to, add value to their conversations, and then reach out. And maybe they don't know, maybe they can't help you, but maybe they know someone. So there's a way to frame that, right? To ensure that you get the message across. So that would be my suggestion. Don't ask immediately. And I would only say ask someone who you already know and ask them if they can make an introduction and then make their life a little easier, saying, I would love it if you could help me. And this is the message. You just have to copy paste it. So you're making their life easier. They don't have to come up with something. They can just forward that message to the person so that they can make the introduction. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit indirect. That's a little bit my style. when it comes to asking for something. It's a completely cold message, you know. So hopefully, Arjit, I've got your answer as well. You've waiting. I'm sorry, you'll have to wait. This is a live stream. I got a bunch of questions. You got to stand in line. You don't like it, you leave. I want to know. I'm doing my best. Okay, there's a lot of you watching. I'm on holiday, so appreciate that you're waiting. I'm doing my best. I want to know why HR managers only hire employees as they have specialized knowledge in HR. Why marketing managers don't hire marketing employees directly? I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that, Anjali. I think that depends. Uh, I think when hiring is going on, the hiring manager is involved, right? So HR is the general sort of final check or the first check. But if there is a position in marketing, yes, there is a marketing manager that does the interviews. That's a little strange. If you're saying they don't do that, it's a little bit strange. Um, okay, I'm at 11 years experience and I'm switching to different data. What do I have to do? Okay. Amit, watch the replay. I've answered this question regarding career change. That will definitely help you. Go back and watch the replay. By the way, if you guys are watching right now, it's live. But if you're watching the replay, please put hashtag replay so I know you've been in there, so I can come and say hi. Good morning, Deborah. It's early for you. Lovely to see you here. I can't wait to have you on my podcast. All right. After retirement from a government job, how much salary hike can we expect in a private job? I don't know how much you can expect, Raju. It's difficult to say. You need to know what your worth is and go online and talk to people about what the job is. Don't. It's nothing to do with being retired. Personally, that's what I would say. It doesn't really matter if you're retired or you're not retired. Watch my salary negotiation video, Raju, and salary expectations, because I talk a lot more about that. What places do you recommend? Qatar, Iris, just go to Google. Best place to start. Just go to Google. You'll go into this black hole. Doesn't matter. The more deeper you are, the more narrow your search will become for your location, etc. That'll help you for sure. I can't comment more than that right now. I've done hotel management, quick service, QSR. Uh, mm, you got to keep pushing, Sumit. If that is the area you are interested in, keep pushing. Talk to people. Don't keep doing the same thing again and again and expect a different outcome. That's a little difficult, and that's a fallacy of job search. I've done 500. You know, when you see this online, I applied to 500 roles and then I got accepted in one. That's really, really, you don't want to work that hard like a donkey. You want to be smart, right? Like a fox. So do very targeted searches and talk to people who are in the QSR space already and see how they've gone ahead and done it. There's some excellent advice here on sales. Perfect. Thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate it. Closing at the end of the day, job search and sales are not that different. It's about closing it. Abhimanyu, should you change technical to management if you want to? I don't know. I can't answer that for you. Do you want to do it? Is it calling your name? Are you drawn towards it? Then do it. 100%. Nothing's going to stop you from doing that. Krisha, I'm working full time plus freelancing. Clients usually end up asking for 2 to 3 services additionally for free. To eliminate this, Krisha, I think if they ask for more, you need to charge more because they're getting a better outcome. So don't focus only on the input, but also on the outcome. I wouldn't just keep doing that because you're going to get burnt out very soon. If you're working full time and freelancing, each of these is a job in itself. So the last thing you want is completely mentally and physically just destroyed. And I would say that upfront, not afterwards as part of the negotiation. It's a little bit of time, yes, hours spent, but it's also the outcome. The more time you will spend, the better the outcome for the client. And why should they get it for free? If you have a certain value, then you have to charge for that value. All right. Gitika, what do you recommend to people who want to move from recruitment to the HR business process? So that's a great question. This is not that different. So when you want to move from A to B, right? In this case, it's a little bit like specialist to generalist. Focus on what are the skills you need to get there, what are transferable skills you already have that will help you, and talk to people. talk to as many people as possible who are doing what you'd like to do. Have conversations, don't ask anything. Watch my video on YouTube on career change, which will 100% help you out with that. So there's a lot more detail in that, and good luck. All right. Specific to India, I'm not a fresh graduate, so cannot go for campus placement. I do not have a lot of experience. What's the best way to get a job here and not get frustrated? Yeah, it is frustrating. I totally hear you. Um, it's the same thing that I've been saying over. I mean, to they say to a boy with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Network, talk to people, have conversations, informational chats without asking anything. Application, a bunch of things you need to do, right? Not just one thing. LinkedIn, are you following the right people on LinkedIn? Whose company you'd like to work in? Do they know about you? Follow before connecting. It will work out. You just got to keep pivoting your strategy. If one strategy is not working, you got to pivot your strategy a lot. And I talk a lot about all of this on my YouTube channel. So you'll definitely get there. It sometimes takes longer. It's worth it though. I really think it is. Hey Sonal, is it ethical to deny the accepted offer for better if a better opportunity comes in? If you accept an offer and a better opportunity, it's very rare, Satish. I haven't seen that happen a lot, but you know what? If it happens, it happens. You gotta make sure um, you say no very nicely and explain why that you've done it, right? If you disappear and you take the other offer, they will blacklist you. Listen, either way, they will not be happy. They've spent a lot of time finding you. Is it unethical? Is it immoral? Yeah. I mean, put yourself in their shoes, right? They took ages to find you, and then you say yes, and then you say no. Yeah. I mean, we're all grown ups here, right? It's not fun for that party, but if you've got to do it, you're absolutely convinced it's the right opportunity for you, then do it. Tanveer, I would highly recommend follow before. Remember, I just said that follow before. I'm not sending you a connection request. Not necessarily this is how it works. Telling people to, instead follow them, see what they're up to, engage with their work. You got some advice here from Risto for every extra thing asking for a fee. Yes. What can be dropped off the package? Yes. Be reasonable, be candid. It's definitely possible. If I've missed any other questions, guys, let me know. I'm gonna go now. Let's see how much. I was thinking I'll be live like 20 or 30 minutes. Yes, we talked about the 5 to 10 years as well. Let's see. Okay, I see some questions repeated. So, how do we leverage LinkedIn? Yeah, Shivam, check out all of my stuff on YouTube. I talk about LinkedIn a lot. I've done live streams with people who are on like LinkedIn experts, and that's all they do. And LinkedIn search is a big one. Follow people. All of that stuff is in more detail there. Good morning, Shelly. Good to see you. Anurag, how many times my job applications, companies, career page, LinkedIn aren't responded? Yeah, so I think the good strategy for you would be apply and then through the back door find out who are the hiring managers or the recruiting managers and reach out and ask for their permission. If just let them know, or ask a friend to make an intro. I've already applied, but I wanted to let you know so that my application doesn't get ignored. I know that happens. um, they're also sometimes flooded, so they do not get back to you. If you're the right person, they will get back to you, but the more targeted your search is, the higher likelihood of them getting back to you. Meaning you're not just spraying and praying everywhere, but it's very specific, and that'll help you. Okay. Hey Vikrant, I'm not able to go beyond after the initial HR round, and they asked me for my current salary and professionally qualified. Vikrant, that's a good question. We talked about this right at the beginning of the live stream. If you can find out from them what it is that you need to work on, what is it, right? Because I can't answer that for you. There's something going on that you don't know about, and that feedback will really help you for sure. I think that's all I can say for now. Learn, observe. Oh, thanks, Ira. It was something else. Listen. Yes. Oi. I was wondering, what are you people doing like this? Listen, observe, and learn. Thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Shailendra. You guys are awesome. Awesome. That would be the best advice for someone in the early days in the job, at a new job. Planning to go for higher studies, for campus placements. If you think that hurts them or hurts you, do you want to mention it, right? Would you hire someone who says that to you? Ishan, I'm going to put that question back to you. Yes, so definitely watch my videos, Sajid. Everything is in there. Uh, Please avoid repeating your questions, guys. If you're looking for a job, right? Yeah, I think I answered that already. Yes, it's a great piece of advice on Springboard. Risto has amazing graphics as well, and he's also been on my live stream. I think it's been a year, Risto. August, I think I remember you were on my live stream. Should I hide from my employer that I'm planning to switch? Why would you tell them that you're planning to switch? I mean, it's your career and you are the CEO of your career. If you're Are you saying that you're already working, or if you're looking for a job, your plans are your own, but just don't cheat anyone. That's what I would say. Don't lie and don't cheat anyone and say you're going to do X and then you do Y. You know what I mean? 36 minutes. Good Lord, family's waiting upstairs. How do you manage? How will you manage to work with the baby? Oh my gosh, that is such a sexist question. Um, Lucky, I think that when you get that question, listen to a podcast I did with someone called Dorothy Dalton, and I she also came on my live stream. So if you go to podcast, Dorothy Dalton. She has a specific formula to answer questions which are very high on bias and sexism. And she talks about it there. And also, if you do a search on LinkedIn, Dorothy Dalton, Dalton, hashtag Supercharged Fridays, she talks about this in a lot more detail on the video. But basically, you want to answer this by saying, help me understand how let me help me understand what makes you ask that question, because yes, I have help and it's taken care of. You want to move on. All right. Okay. Let's see. How do you stop critical information from past organization projects? Sorry, Naveen, you'll have to be I'm now going in a massive hurry. What would be a nice time to go for a switch? 1 year into the job? Totally depends on you, Shubham. If you're happy where you are, take as long as you need. If you're not happy where you are, I would say the sooner the better. I wouldn't stay somewhere just for the optics and how it looks. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking for a change and I'd like to move to another country. Right. Good question. I answered that already. Go and watch the replay. We talked about how to look for a change. And I think that's a very popular question. People are going through that. And I talk about it in so much detail on the podcast that I did 4 weeks ago. Please watch it. Please listen to it. It's on career change. Specifically, I have like 35 minutes only talking about career change. Hey, Aditya, I signed an agreement with my current organization for 5 years. Ooh. Uh, Find out a way if there is a clause which lets you leave, Aditya, and please don't sign such agreements in the future. You don't want to get into the lawyer type of situation. It's very ugly. And best thing is to talk to them as well. It's a little unpleasant. It's like a band-aid. It's going to hurt you, but long term, it's the best thing for you. All right, so I'm seeing a little bit of repetition. You guys will get the answers. If you're joining a little bit late, you'll get the answers. Hard to say that, Shiva Prakash, which job profile has more international business transactions. See what's out there. I can't say that. Very difficult to say that. All right. And it also comes down to what you enjoy, not just what the market wants, right? Nimish. Okay, good. Fantastic. Good to have you here. Shrishti, could you please suggest some advice for HR professionals at the entry level? I would say the same advice for everyone. Go in as much as possible, learn as much as possible, sharpen your skills, observe, learn, listen. It's a bit generic, but when you're starting a new career, that's what you want to do. Ask lots of questions. Okay, lovely to see you guys. You have increased your pay. How awesome is that? Congratulations. Anyone who says it's not possible, look at this example, guys. I get about 10 messages a day about salary increase, and that video is on fire. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check it out on YouTube. It's definitely helped people. Nadira, in interviews, the interviewer asks any questions. Yes, that's a good one. Nadira, go and watch my YouTube channel where I talk about 10 questions that you can ask your interviewer. And they will give you good ideas on how to do it. I've given you all the answers there. You got to go and watch it. All right. Big companies outsource recruitment to agencies. Sure. Um, Not always. Sometimes. Yes. All right. I think this is good. I think I have hopefully been able to answer everyone's questions in here. So thank you so much for being here. And if I haven't answered yours, I'm sorry. There's a lot that I mean, it's the best that I can do given the situation right now. So, with that said, I want to say a big thank you to for being here. Week 81 holiday edition of Supercharged Fridays. I shall catch you guys next week, and I specifically would love it if you could share this. Please share this with your friends and family, anyone who you know who needs help. There were so many questions on career change. I've directed you to a lot of places. If this was useful to you, definitely make sure you share it. Follow me on LinkedIn, subscribe on my YouTube, and join me next week. We're going to be talking with parents. We're going to be talking with someone who's founded a firm which is called Parents Pivot, and it's specifically for people who've been on a break because of children. And it's also relevant if you've been on a break because of taking care of a sick relative, for example, right? And I think anyone who's been on a career pause will benefit from that session next week at the same time. So please let anyone know who you think will benefit from that. With that said, take care of yourselves and see you next week. Be safe.